Miss Danreael here, and I have a word for you. Let your gifts make room for you. Yes, some of us, we have been blessed with many gifts and talents that the Most High God intended for us to use since the day we were born, but we neglect those gifts because we choose to take different routes in life that God didn't want us to take. So look, the verse for this video is Proverbs 18:16, and it reads, "A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men." When God gave you this gift, whatever it may be, because it's so many people, they have different gifts. Some people, they only have one gift, but oftentimes you have different skills that you should be using to glorify the Most High God. That's what God wants at the end of the day. He wants you to use your gift to glorify Him. There's so many people from biblical times, they were skilled and crafted in different areas that they could have been using to glorify God, but most of the time they didn't do that. So this chapter in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 18, is talking about, the ways of a man. It's talking about how, sometimes the foolish, they delight in not understanding, meaning they choose ignorance. I see that a lot in this generation. Like, they choose to be ignorant. They choose to glorify ignorance. The Most High God doesn't want that. He says that, your blessings and everything that He has for you is going to come from wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you have to put your best foot forward in order to get there and to move in that direction of understanding the Most High God. Also in this book of Proverbs chapter 18, it talks about, the ways of the wicked. It says they come to contempt, they come to, cause destruction around them. It also talks about people who are wise. It talks about fools. In verse 6, it says, "A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes." A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. So, yes, this book of Proverbs is full of wisdom. It's important that you use your gifts to make room for you because, like I said, that's where the blessing is going to be. So many of us, we are trying to do things that God doesn't want us to be doing. We're trying to create things. A lot of the times it's for money. Like, you're trying to build this or build that for the sole purpose of money. God wants you to get away from that, and He wants you to start to do things that honor Him. Think of a way that you can build something that will honor the Most High God. Don't even think about the money aspect of it. Just think about, is this pleasing to the Most High God? Is the way that I'm living every day, is that pleasing to God? Is the way that I'm speaking to others, is that pleasing to God? Is the way that I'm thinking, is that pleasing to God? Is the things that I'm actually doing on the daily, is that pleasing to the Most High God? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then that just means that you have to start to work on yourself. And you have to do this daily. You have to stay consistent in this journey that you're on. Because if you don't, then you will always be, you'll never get to the golden promise that God has for your life. You got to think about if Joseph would have given up when he went to prison, if he would have given up when his brothers threw him into slavery, if he would have given up when he found out his mother died, if he would have given up when Potiphar's wife lied on him, if he would have given up when all of these things were thrown at him, he would have never got to experience the fullness of the Most High God. He would have never got to the end, which was, he was running the whole land, and he had control over things. His brothers ended up having to come back to him for things that they needed. He ended up, reconciling with his family, his father. He ended up having a wife and 2 sons. He ended up, just, again, experiencing the fullness of the Most High God. So it's important that you understand that just because you are a chosen person or you have gifts, that doesn't mean that life will not throw you curveballs. That doesn't mean that you're not going to go through things. You're not going to experience trials and tribulations, because oftentimes those trials and tribulations are the tests. Those trials and tribulations are the things that mold you and shape you into the man or the woman that the Most High God wants you to be. Some of us, it's going to be easier than others. Other part of us, we're going to have to go through tough things. We're going to have to stand through crazy storms. We're going to have to go through the fiery furnace. You feel me? So it's important that you know this. If you know this, then you won't be so shocked when life, again, throws you those curveballs. So again, allow your gifts to make room for you. Identify the things that you are good at. Sit down and really get to know yourself. The world has stripped us of this self, I don't know what to call it. It's something like, looking at yourself and realizing who you are, because everybody's so focused on everybody else. Everybody's always on social media looking at what everybody else is doing. They don't really know themselves. They don't really know who they want to be or who they are. Um, this is so important that you get to know yourself and get to know your personality type, get to know what you like, get to know who you want to be, get to know who you are, because you have to know who you are. You can't just be imitating and copying and mirroring other people all day. And that's what people are doing. Like, if you look at how people act on like social media, as far as like influencers, celebrities, it's like they're all mimicking the same personality. They're all trying to look the same. They all want their bodies to look the same. They all want to talk alike. They all want to use the same lingo. They all want to sound the same. They all want to fit in with each other. They all want to copy each other. It's important that you don't even do this. It's important that you don't even look in that way. Don't get caught up in that realm of whatever they got going on, whatever type of spirit that is. It's important that you do not get caught up in that, and that you separate yourself and you get to know yourself. You got to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by the Most High God, and He designed you in a way that is different from everybody, because even identical twins have differences. Like, nobody in this world is the same. So God made you one of one. He made you different for a reason. He wants to use you. He wants you to be who you are. So like I was saying, get to know yourself. Sit down, get you a piece of paper, write down everything that you like, and be honest about it. Don't put stuff that other people like. Put what you like to do. Put things that you're interested in. Put the types of books and movies and songs and stuff like that that you actually like. And then start to write down some of your personality traits. Like, am I angry? Am I funny? Am I happy? Am I a peacemaker? Do I have joy? Am I smart? um am I intelligent? Do I like to read? Like, write down everything that you like to do and that is of you. You feel me? And now start to look at these things and really start to think about these things and meditate on these things and start to operate from a place of these things, because then you're going to start being who you are. Once you start being who you really are, you will get to see, like, wow, this is what I'm good at, or this is what I'm not good at. These are things that I need to work on. These are things that, I'm cool on. So after you do that, then you're going to start to see like what your gifts are. You're going to start to see what you're talented in, what you're actually excelling in, what you're actually interested in. And then you start to walk into those things and into those paths and into those purposes. And then when you get in that thing that you're supposed to be doing, your gift, you're going to start to network with people. You're going to start to get around people that are for you and not against you. You're going to start to, attract those who, like I said, they're a part of your gift. You may not meet the person you're supposed to be with until you start walking in your gift. You may not experience the blessings of whatever it may be, whether it's finances, whether it's peace, whether it's love, whatever it is. You may not get to experience those things until you start to walk into your gift. So again, walk into your gift and then start to glorify God with that gift, and watch your gift make room for you. Watch your gift make you come before great men. Watch your gift be the thing that starts to pay your bills and to support you and your family. I'm seeing this now in what I'm doing, because God is making room for me, and who knows where God is going to take me when I'm doing what I'm doing right now, as far as like inspiring other people, helping other people, showing love to other people. But I can see it, and it's so crazy that this is what I was supposed to be doing, because I've been doing this, but before I was doing it to glorify self and not God. Then I started to change my motive to, just glorify God, and God has showed himself strong. He showed his hand strong. So I appreciate that. And I'm just telling you, like, if God can do it for me, he can definitely do it for you as well. So again, let your gift make room for you. And remember, it's going to bring you before great men and women. So I pray that this video bless you. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.